TV, the spirit of Texas. This is Good Morning Texas in high definition.
This is Good Morning Texas.
It's time to get your green and get your party on. St. Patrick's Day 2014, it's officially here.
Okay, we're celebrating the luck of the Irish today, and you are invited to kick things off. Our own Paige McCoy-McSmith is at the Capitol Pub in Dallas, where she's showing off some Irish food, Paige.
We are here at the Capitol Pub, and we are getting our party started. And before we do that, one of the things we have to really think about is, of course, Irish food. And we've got so many different selections here at the Capitol Pub. This is the place to go if you really want a genuine Irish meal. And I'm joined here by Mr. Peter Kinney. He is the proprietor of this establishment. Let's talk about some of the food that you have here. For example,
this is a traditional Irish breakfast. It's got your black pudding and white pudding, which is like a pork sausage mixed with grains. Usually a lot of oatmeal and spices and a white pudding. Some Irish sausages, fried tomatoes, baked beans, usually a Heinz baked beans, not quite as sweet as American beans, and your eggs, whichever way you like them.
Baked beans for breakfast and the tomatoes. That's something I wouldn't have thought of, and that's Irish.
Irish breakfast, keep them going all day long.
Who would have thought? All right, let's go over here and check out this. Now, this looks like something, when I think of Irish food, this is what I think of.
This is a shepherd's pie, of course, which is mashed potatoes, and it's got the ground beef with the carrots and the peas and onions.
I say it's never too early to have some shepherd's pie. This looks absolutely delicious. And again, it's all about comfort. It's all about warmth. That's kind of part of what makes traditional Irish food so special, don't you think?
I do, yeah. I mean, it's a wholesome dish, and it's something that people love to have, and it's, you eat a good shepherd's pie, and it's going to kind of keep you going throughout the day.
Right, it kind of sticks with you throughout the day. So come over here, because we've got another traditional Irish dish right here. Okay, that looks a little like cabbage to me.
This is a little bit more that people are familiar with, is the corned beef and cabbage, as you say, which you get corned beef, cabbage, and mashed potatoes, which is a cold cannon, which is mashed potatoes mixed with kale. Lovely dish. Get your greens in there and with your potatoes, fool all the kids.
Well, and what I think is so cool about this is that, when we think about Irish food and Irish flavors, as we mentioned before, it's a lot about comfort. It's a lot about making sure that it kind of sticks with you. Is that something that was just part of what it was like to grow up in Ireland? Are these dishes that you were familiar with as well?
Yeah, when you're trying to feed a family of 8 kids or 10 kids, you want to do one big stew or one big batch of shepherd's pie, so you want to feed them all at one time, and it's an easy way to feed somebody. Yeah. So you make a big batch of beef stew, and you can feed all the kids in one, scoop it out easy.
And that's what we have here. This is the beef stew, and it looks absolutely delicious as well. And of course, you got a big old hunk of bread. Again, it kind of sticks to you.
Oh yeah, it does. And then a great way to start a day, always Guinness beef stew. It's got that Guinness mixed in there with the broth, and then a pint of Guinness goes perfect with it. Great dish. Can't go wrong with that.
You can't leave out the Guinness. That's so important.
Tradition. You've got to have your pint of Guinness on St. Patrick's Day.
All right, well, let me ask a couple of these people. Of course, I know this might be a little difficult for you to talk, but that stew looks pretty luscious. Are you excited to kind of partake?
Yum, yum.
Yum, yum. I don't know if you heard that. Yum, yum is right. Well, maybe you let me have a little bite a little later on in the show. Well, thank you so much. Good news for you guys is that we're going to be back. We're going to hear about a couple of other restaurants that Peter and his wife have here in Dallas. It's a great place for you to come and celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
I'll send it back inside you in the studio.
Thanks, Paige. Yes, we're jealous of our Paige McCoy-Smith, who gets to be out live this morning, ringing in that great St. Patrick's Day at Capitol Pub in Dallas.
Well, we are back here at the Capitol Pub, and I'm here with Peter Kinney, who is the proprietor of this establishment. Now, you are an Irish gentleman. You've been here since the mid-'80s. What brought a nice little boy from Ireland all the way to the United States to make it big?
Just come to America to make something of yourself. Spent about a year in New York and then traveled down to Texas. Plan was to go out to California, but fell in love with Texas and the Texas people. Opened up a bar and then another one, and it's just been a great run.
Yeah,
I love Texas.
As you mentioned, the Capitol Pub is one of 3 establishments that you and your wife own. Tell me about the other establishments, the Dubliner and the Gin Mill.
Well, Dubliner was the first place we opened. It was in '94. It's 20 years. It's 20-year anniversary. That's been a great run. And then the Capitol came next, which is 7 years old. And then 2.5 years ago, we opened the Gin Mill. The Dubliner, it's just been a brilliant little spot on Greenville Avenue. Just got voted in the top 20 bars in America for Irish pubs, which was a great thing online, so that was great.
Well, and the Capitol Pub here, I have to say, just being here, of course, it's so early in the morning, and you've got people here that has a real unique vibe to it. What is it about, or how has the Irish spirit kind of filtrated into this establishment and have kept it such a lively place for people to come in the area?
I think people always think of Irish pubs as energy and entertainment, and it's a place where everybody can meet, and it's kind of a mix of a neighborhood bar and an Irish pub. You can come in and get the good Irish beers, you get a mix of the Texas local beers, so everybody loves that, and it's kind of, everybody feels at home. It's just got a homely feel to it, it's a friendly place, and it's got some lively atmosphere at night time, and it kind of crosses all lines of people and stuff. The early afternoons you get a lot of the older customers, and then you get the happy hour, and it transpires into the night time with a high energy, and so it's a good fun vibe for everybody to come to.
Well, speaking of regular customers, I know that there's one who's very special to you that you want to make sure you give a shout out.
Yeah, I'd just like to say to get well to Jeff Gibson. He's been a long time regular over at the Dubliner, and we all hope he does okay. He's in hospital at the moment, and we miss him. I hope you're doing good, Jeff. And hopefully we'll see you back soon.
All right, fantastic. We're going to continue to keep this party going. And for more information on this establishment as well as the others, you can go to thecapitolpub.com. We'll send it back inside to you in the studio.
All right, very good. Paige starting to slur her words.